Arizona women's basketball faces their first road games of the year. Hey everybody, it's Ben the Coin Geek. Welcome to Arizona women's basketball review for the week ending in January 3rd, 2026. Brought to you by Old Pueblo Coin, Speedway in Columbus. Gold's at a record high. You should consider going in and seeing the good people at Old Pueblo Coin. Thinking about selling some coins or currency or collectibles, you can check it out. All right, so here we go, guys. What happened? So we had some away games this week, finally, leaving the confines of McHale Center, getting out to Colorado, Boulder, Colorado on New Year's Eve, and then January 3rd playing at Texas Tech. We broke down those teams a little bit last time, and they broke us down a lot this time. So let's go ahead and look a little bit at that Colorado game, a 56-75 loss. A nearly 20-point loss at Colorado. Quick reaction, Colorado is not a 20-point better team than us. Just one man's opinion. We did not play well, and I think everyone there on the team recognized that and agrees with that sentence and sentiment. We had a very hard time covering their high-low action, if you will. Whenever they went ahead and did a good pick and roll, we really had a hard time compensating for that. And we didn't really see that very much against Texas Tech. We'll get to that game in a minute. But we definitely had a hard time defending them with their high-low switches. And let's go ahead and take a look at the impact here of the different players on that particular game. I'll find me that box score. So we had interesting coach once again keeping her bench pretty short so far for these first couple of games. We had Danae Trammell getting 18 minutes, MJ getting 5 minutes, Sagapong getting 19, Welch and Purdue 38 and 36, with Cornfield getting 37. Those three guards have been getting the bulk of play in the first couple of games, with Kitchen getting 2 minutes, Ladwood getting 6, Achol Magat getting 5 minutes, Nora Francois getting 21, and Blessing Adebanjo getting 13. We shot 37% from the field, a night when we had 10 assists and 18 turnovers. The turnovers are something that's really going to be a problem for us, and it's correctable. This is like the good news. If I'm going to go positive version of things for you right now, a lot of the turnovers are self-induced. The question is whether or not the players can learn to control them, get some of those turnovers under control. We got 30 rebounds to their 41. They had what did they have here for? They had a 13 turnover, 20 assist night. We had 10 assists. Not playing the best team basketball. Michaela Purdue getting 22 points on 7 of 15 field goals. Danielle Welch getting 12 points on 5 for 12 from the field. The rest of our starters didn't score. Trammell 0 for 3, MJ not taking a shot, Sagapong 0 for 3. So, and off the bench, Cornfield didn't start, but she played most of the game. Got 13 points on 5 of 13 from the field, with just 3 assists, though, and that's one of those things that we really want to see coming up as we start looking at the coming BYU and UCF games. Those assists need to really start coming along, and the turnovers need to start going down. Let's talk a little bit about the Texas Tech game on the 3rd of January. Texas Tech holding teams to 52 points. They're in the top 5 in the country. So very different game. 49-80. We got blown out. We were down 49-25 at the half, almost doubled us up, and never really in this game. And Texas Tech is a team that I had mentioned earlier that I thought was pretty good. I think they're better than good. They have a 7'1" girl who's the tallest player in Division I women's basketball history, but she's not even playing yet. Their defense is very good, and the frustrating thing about the Colorado game is that we're not 20 points inferior to Colorado. Texas Tech, are we really 31 points inferior? Probably not, as far as if we play well. Is that a team that's going to beat us 9 times out of 10? Yeah, that's okay. We talked about that in the season preview. I'm just laying it out there. We're going to be in that bottom quadrant, bottom fourth of the conference this year. But you'd like to see some better performances. And this particular game, Texas Tech's defense, swarming defense, a lot of very athletic, lanky players, and very intense, just a good all-around team. And let's talk a little bit once again about coaches' decisions in this game here. We had starters being Trammell, Adebanjo, so we started two bigs. Cornfield played 37 minutes, Welch 37 minutes, and Purdue 35 minutes. So once again, there's three guards getting the bulk of the time. And then your forwards, Trammell and Adebanjo, 29 and 13 minutes. And then you had Nora Francois getting 21 minutes and Achol Magat getting 10 minutes, in which she got 5 points and a rebound, a couple turnovers, and fouled out in a game that saw her get some of the most mysterious foul calls I've ever seen, and a technical foul for yelling and celebrating when she scored on somebody. This is her former team, in case you didn't know. I'm actually very pleased to see her getting more minutes. There's a whole lot for her to work on, but I still want to see her getting 10 or 15 minutes a game just because she needs the game time experience and the work. MJ just playing a minute, Molly Ladwig 3 minutes, Samaya Singapong 14 minutes, and Kitchen not seeing the court. So this particular game, we got out-rebounded 37-33. That wasn't a problem. That's because they shot fairly well. The other team did. They were 14 turnovers and 22 assists to our 17 turnovers and 9 assists. So we were a turnover machine, and the hard part was we weren't crisp. We looked, I don't want to say lazy, we looked tired a little bit. And this is where we get to the wild opinions of a man who's watching U of A women's basketball. Once again, I would really love to see a little bit of a shakeup with the minutes played for some of the players, especially at guard. I love having Welch in there. She led us on 9 of 12 shooting with 19 points. Purdue was 3 of 11 from the field for 9 points. She's going to have nights where she's off. Also, give credit to the other team's defense. They did a really nice job guarding her. Cornfield 3 of 14 with 3 assists and 4 turnovers. This is the one that's hard for me. If you watch the tape, if you watch the film, she continued to go into the paint against a team that had great rotation, big players, and she got blocked a bunch of times. And on a lot of those, they were plays where she could have passed the ball out. And so at the end of the game, Sugpong was running the offense for a bit while she was out, and the offense moved better. Now, I don't think that Samaya needs to be playing the whole time at point guard, but I do think that when the team watches film and the coaches watches film, there's too much hero ball going on right there that needs to maybe be more of a pass, move the ball around. Because when we move the ball around, we're much more effective on offense. I know, minus the turnovers. Yeah, all right, yes. That's very true as well. So good to see the forwards getting a good rotation. I like seeing the minutes change up like that. 13 minutes, 29 minutes, 21 and 10 for your forwards. Your guards, though, Cameron Kitchen. The fact that Kitchen's not playing is bizarre to me. Coach's decision, of course, is always the whole thing is, right? But I don't understand Welch playing 37 minutes and Kitchen getting 0. I think Kitchen should be getting 10 minutes a game just to get her out there. She brings a lot to the team, in my opinion. And also, the first thing that I noticed was how we looked a little bit like tired. And those kids playing 35 plus minutes a game, believe it or not, they get tired. This is what I'm observing. But anyway, just some concepts from a guy who's watching some basketball. So let's talk about a couple things going on here with the conference standings as of right now. Texas Tech 3-0, Iowa State 2-0. TCU is in a actual battle right now with, of all things, who were they in a battle with right now? BYU. Whereas I'm recording this, they were in the middle of a game, and it was like, let's see here. Yeah, they're playing that Utah team that we had a hard time with. In Utah, in overtime, is up by 6 with a minute to go. That game not over, but that'll be a huge upset. And kind of the first big upset in the conference, I think, if Utah can pull off that win against TCU, because that TCU team, number 8 in the country, undefeated, and a really quality team. It'll make us feel a little bit better having seen a team that we lost to beat somebody. Is that how that works? That's the psychology there. So BYU, ASU, Oklahoma State, Colorado, Baylor, Utah, Kansas State, Kansas, UCF, us, Arizona, Houston, and Cincinnati, rounding out the bottom half here of the current conference standings. Lots of room to go. You may recall that I said that a 6-12 record in our 18 games in conference would be a success, and I think that's fair if we've watched them play a little bit now to look at that and say, that would be pretty successful at this point in time. So this week, January 6th, we play BYU at, I believe, a 6 p.m. tip-off time. We're coming back to the confines of McHale. This BYU team has only 2 losses right now at 13-2, a loss in conference to TCU by a lot, by like 26 points. And then they lost to Vanderbilt, who was also a ranked team, in a little bit closer game earlier in the season. So hard to tell a whole lot besides a little bit of the eyeball test. Looking at that team, BYU averaging 73 points a game, so they have a pretty effective offense. They have had one of the offensive leaders last year as a freshman, but I'm not sure if she's still on the team. Was that Gibbs? She's scoring 15, Delaney Gibb. Yeah, she's scoring 15 points a game. Only played 6 games, so I wonder if she was injured. They are averaging 15 assists and 16 turnovers, so they're upside down on some of the stats, which are not a good place to be, but we also are upside down. No, we're positive still, 16.8 assists to 15.1 turnovers. Turnovers, a lot of this stuff is avoidable, in my opinion, coachable, learnable. Rebounding has been painful to watch some of the games where rebounding is very much so an effort thing, and also just an understanding of where to be on the court when a shot goes up. So that's something as you watch players when a shot goes up and everyone's just standing, instead of your eyes when a shot goes up should go to an opposing player and your body should go into them. Now, if you're a Chol-Magat, you'll get called a foul. There you go, because you're 6'7". It's unbelievable. Honestly, I shouldn't say it's unbelievable. This is me going straight into Homer mode. But the fouls that were called against her at Texas Tech as she reunited against her team, it's just painful to watch because, they will swing and push and shove her, and then she is big. So she puts her arms up and clears like this. She doesn't even throw an elbow or anything. And they're like, and then it's a foul. Anyways, of course, if she did that to me, I would also be on the floor. But I wouldn't necessarily call foul if we're playing pickup. I'd be like, yeah, I'm just going to maybe get out of the way a little bit. So anyway, enough of the homerism there. So this BYU game, based on some of the comps, is I think a winnable game. But once again, we don't have anyone to slow down their leading scorer. I do think that we have a little bit better chance against teams that have better guards than forwards right now. I mean, teams that are really good, like that Texas Tech team was extremely good at passing the ball. From different angles, they attacked. They had backdoor cuts from every angle on the court, and we don't have that. And that's one of my complaints right now is we had a lot of that early on in the season, but we're seeing more and more of heavy dominated dribbling instead of move the ball around, get some movement. And when a Chol was playing, it changes the game. It really does. And so I really like seeing her in there. Okay, winnable game on the 6th? Yes. Winnable game. University of Central Florida on Saturday the 10th. That's going to be a 2 p.m. tip-off time. They are currently 8-5. They just lost to Texas Tech 73-55. So they actually had a more reasonable score than we did against Texas Tech. They also played BYU already and lost by 21. So whatever type of scoreboard comparisons you can draw from that. One of their losses is to Stetson, which is apparently not just a hat company. So they are very much so upside down on assist to turnover ratio at like a 19 to 13 Oh, who's upside down? Who's upside down here, Ben? Let's look at this again here. So they are getting 18 turnovers and 13 assists. Okay, I had that right. For a second there, I thought I inverted those two numbers. Their leading scorer, Leah Harmon, a guard, getting 16.7 points per game, and a couple rebounds, a couple assists, and a steal. They have a center that's putting in 10 points and 6 rebounds a game in 24 minutes. And so it's interesting for me to look at the different amount of minutes that teams give their players, or that players are getting with their respective teams. BYU is relying a lot more heavily on their top 6 players. That's kind of how Arizona is doing things as well. You've seen a lot of minutes from a handful of players, and then the forwards are starting to get a lot more different time in minutes, which I think is good. So Central Florida is to me like a must win if we're going to hit that 6-win mark. It would be a great confidence builder if we can get a win against a BYU team that I think is on paper better than us and is predicted. The computers say a 75% chance of beating us. It's like rain in the monsoon season, right? Just give me a chance. Say there's a chance. So we shall see how it goes. So hope to see you all down at the McHale Center to support the kids. Once again, going to be a fun season, challenging season, long season, but also, be there for the kids. And next week we'll talk about what happens after a couple of home games, and we got to get on the road for some even tougher teams. All right, guys, bear down.